Hi everyone, it's Margaret. Welcome back to my channel. This month I had the opportunity to paint my first mural during a live painting event during an event called Viva Calle in San Jose. And Viva Calle is a San Jose event where they close down a few streets to cars for a few hours and let people bike and walk around in the streets. So you'll see a lot of bikers and people walking in the background. And a fellow artist friend of mine, Whisper, is part of an organization called Together We Create, and he invited me to paint alongside him and a couple of other artists to create a mural during this event. And Together We Create is an artist collective that has been live painting at local community events, and they serve the Bay Area by offering hands-on experience in the street, in street art through live painting events throughout the community. And just a note, this video isn't sponsored by anyone, so if you want to support me and my work, you can shop original paintings and prints for sale on my website, linked in the description, or you can subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with a friend. That really helps me out. So I've been thinking about entering the mural and public art world for a bit, and I thought that this would be a great way to try it out. So for this live painting event, I had to paint an 8-foot by 8-foot wall, which is the largest I've ever painted, but it is a small enough mural that it was approachable. And an aspect of this live painting event is that the murals are created as temporary installations for events where people can come and watch the process and then take photos with the artwork as backdrops. And once the event is over, the wall is broken down and then it's painted over at the next event. So for me, it was relieving to know that even though I had about 4 hours to paint, the painting wouldn't be around for forever, so I could let go of trying to make the mural perfect. So starting out before the event, I figured out what I wanted to paint. Whisper helped me a lot in this process, and I landed on an abstracted out landscape because I wanted to make sure I'd be able to complete the painting within the 4 hours of the event. And Whisper helped me organize and block out my painting without fully gridding it out to help me plan out how I would approach the painting. So in this video, you'll see me referencing the printouts I brought with me of the painting, and you can see some portions are blocked out by red chalk lines that create the sections on the wall to help me divide up the painting into these approachable chunks. For this mural, I'm using exterior house paint. I luckily had another mural opportunity to paint a pair of utility boxes in San Jose, which I will share a video on soon, and they had required exterior house paint for the painting. So when purchasing paint, I focused on getting the colors that I needed for that utility box or art box, which then influenced what I decided to paint for this mural. And I mostly ordered primary colors with white and black, and then pastel purple and blue. And then the day before I painted this mural, I pre-mixed my colors so I wouldn't be spending time at this event mixing paint. I'll also note that I'm wearing a face mask because I'm asthmatic and it's pretty dry in California, so wearing this mask helps prevent me from breathing in dust while I'm painting outside. And I think a part of the challenge of painting a mural beyond the scale is painting outdoors under the elements. So I was really mindful of the sun, and I tried to paint the highest points first. And then to avoid blending wet paint with my block sections, I painted a completely different section that didn't touch the previous area that I worked on. And luckily, exterior house paint does dry really quickly under the hot sun, so I didn't have to wait long for places to dry. And that also ended up being a bit of a challenge for me because I'm used to oil paints that take a while to dry. So there were some points in this painting where I had expected to be able to blend some of my colors and shapes more, and I wasn't able to because the paint had dried in seconds when it got really hot. Overall, the thought process of my painting was to block in the major color areas and then go back and paint in the details, going from dark to light. So I'm painting the hills surrounding the bay and the mountains in the background, got a bit of detail in lighter paint later on to show the contours and ridges in them. And then in the foreground, I wanted to paint yellowing grass of the summer and the walking and hiking paths on them. I ended up finishing my painting within 2 hours. I probably could have spent another hour or two working on the details, but it was getting quite hot out with the sun overhead, and I didn't want to push myself too much. There are about 10 to 12 other artists and muralists working on their own walls, so I talked to a few of them about their work. And one of them had asked me if I were to do this painting again, what I would do differently. And my answer was that I'd probably spend more time putting in the details more carefully and then just adding more details in general. The paintings I create in my studio are quite detailed, so this mural was a bit of a departure from that, but it also makes sense because these murals are meant to be viewed from a distance, and the further you view the painting from, the details and texture become a little bit more obvious, and you can kind of see that in this video, but when I'm painting up close, I just felt like it was kind of easy to get lost in the details, so I just focused more on abstracting it out. But this is also why you can see me stepping away from my painting or my work multiple times throughout this video so I could see how it would look as you were passing by. But overall, I'm really happy with how the painting turned out and had a great experience painting with Together We Create and my artist friends. I'm hoping that there are more opportunities to paint these live murals because I really enjoy sharing my paintings with people and working around other artists. It sometimes is a bit lonely in the studio working on my paintings that people may not see for months or ever, and so it's a nice change to create artwork that is out in the open and you kind of have to see it if you pass by. I also love this format of live painting for community events because the temporary nature of it encourages me to try out different styles and subject matters of painting that I don't usually do in my studio practice, and so I already have a few designs in mind that I want to try out if I do have the chance to do a live mural again. So thanks so much for watching this time-lapse video of me working on my Fierce mural. It's been an exciting time for me recently as I expand my art practice, and I'm looking forward to sharing more about the work I've been doing recently. So let me know what you think about this mural and my process for creating it in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.